Hi, everybody. How are you doing? I'm Dr. Gail, and thanks for joining me today. I just had Dirty Harriet just jump in my lap. She's my cat. She normally doesn't join me on these shows, but for some reason, she is here in my lap, chiming in with her purring. So, anyway, we're going to be doing Q&A, and I'm going to be answering y'all's questions about the ETs or aliens or our galactic friends. But let me start off with saying hello to who all is here. Hi, Elena. Hey, Millie. Hey, Viviani. Hey, Heavenly Blessed Honey. Hey, Jill Cartwright. Hey, CJ. Hey, Suzanne. Hey, Davy, Three Shifting Veils. Thanks for being here today. Hey, Diane G. Hey, CJ. Hey, Suzanne. Hey, RLC. Hey, Patricia. And, just started the wrong one. I'm trying to start as I go to. Hey, Jennifer Cooper. Hey, Carl. Thanks for being here today. And I had a kind of a thing planned to talk about while we were waiting for people to come in. But 15 minutes before, my guys were telling me that they wanted me to talk about something else. And it's about 3D and 5D. Let's see who else is coming in. Hey, Jennifer. Hey, Julie Hamill. And I'm going ahead and I see, I'm starting your question there, Debbie. And I've got my cat in my lap, and I'm not sure why she's here. She never joins me on the shows unless there's an energy issue, and she'll come in, but I don't feel the energy. She must, though. Hey, Mary Lauer, thanks for being, there she goes. You can just see her tail. Oh, no, she's coming back. I think I could be dealing with. She's full of it today. She's 16 years old and obviously feeling pretty good today, but she's trying to sit on my computer right now. But dealing with pets. Anyway, what they wanted me to talk about today is 3D and 5D. And that I know it was in April, May, or whatever. They said we are moving forward. We will not be turning back. And what they're showing me today is that we have already separated. We're already separating on different paths. Some people are going 5D, some people are going to 3D. And what they're telling me is that you're going to start noticing it. And that how you're going to notice it is that you might go into stores now, and if you're really high, your vibration's high, people might not see you, especially if you're going in a store that's like 3D and something that you normally deal with. But 5D, if you're in 5D, you can see 3D. But if you're in 3D, you cannot see 5D. So they're telling me that we're going to start noticing that now with the people whose vibration is higher, that you're going to be going into some stores and probably might be ignored because they can't see you. And so they're telling me to start watching out for that. That's going to be one of the signs of where you're at, which practically, almost everybody here is going that way. But that's the kind of thing that they need to look out for. And don't get upset if they can't see you. Just that means your vibration is higher. You can see all of them, but they can't see you. So that is something that we need to really pay attention to. Now, I did ask, I said, is that going to be like in our lifetime will we totally separate where we can't see each other? And they said, no. You're used to that they don't see you. Yeah, I've experienced that here lately where I haven't been seen, and I didn't know what that was all about. It was nobody would wait on me, and I wasn't real sure what was going on with that, but they're telling me that's going to be happening more and more. And just to really know that that's what is happening, that you're going to see all them, but they might not be able to see you because your vibration's high when you're walking into these stores or these places that you need to be waited on. So they did want me to bring that to everybody's attention. So here we go. Hey, Rossi, thanks for joining me today. And hey, Julie, Diane G, Stacy Norton, everybody's coming in. Thanks for being here. And as I said, I did have something planned for the show, but they came in the last minute wanting me to talk about the 3D and 5D and how it is changing for us and that we need to be aware of it. So let's see what you're saying, Pauline. Collected on 4D or lower 5D as not as pure anymore because pulled into lower consciousness. Yes, it could be, but that's not my message today about that. My message is just to tell everybody, if don't get upset when you're being ignored. It means your vibration is probably higher than theirs, and they cannot see you. And this is the first that this is happening is now is that they are. Some people are not going to be able to be seen. Hey, Beck, thanks for being here today. And I wanted to talk a little bit about my just recent experience, just past couple of days. Um, the past couple of days, I had a friend call me, and she said she was awakened at 2 o'clock in the morning by her angels to contact me the next day. And she didn't know what it was about. She didn't know why she was supposed to contact me. So she did. She called me because they're bugging me to death. They've been bugging me all day long, all morning long, and I'm at work. I'm running out here to call you, hoping that it's going to come out what I'm supposed to tell you. So she talks to me, and finally it comes out. She says, "I'm just to tell you to rest." After all that, you're telling me to rest? And I started laughing at her. I went, "Okay, I'm supposed to rest. That's a big message." And so I decided I had all these plans to do, but I said, I think I'll just lay down and take a nap. I was tired. I was going to take a nap. 1 hour and a half later, I woke up, knew that I was gone. I knew I had been taken. I knew I had gone somewhere else. I was so sound asleep for an hour and a half, and I knew that that's not normal for me. And I knew I had been taken and gone somewhere else. And so, and which usually I'm able to remember those things, but this time I did not remember where I went. And so I talked to Nancy Jean, which she helped me out, and she discovered that I had gone with 5 praying mantis, and we were discussing gifts that I have not been using that they're wanting me to come forward with. I don't know what those are yet. I'm going to try to get more information on that, but just know that a lot of us are being taken like that when we sleep. But this was just one that was just very obvious that somebody's telling me I needed to get some rest. Well, I just went and took a nap, and then I was gone for an hour and a half, and obviously going on the spaceship with these 5 praying mantis. And usually when the praying mantis show up for me, that means I'm getting ready to do something different. So, and I know a lot of us are having these kind of things happening to us. Hey, Lauren. Hey, Hypnosty. Hey, Carl. Hey, Mr. Floyd's Universe. Thanks for joining us today. And anyway, I'm going to be answering questions. And let's see who we have here. I have started a few. And let's see. Let's go with Alina. Hi. I understood from you that I'm a programmer on a ship. Which aspect of me is there? Energy body, me from other civilizations, etc. Oh, okay, Elena. For me, this is how it works for me. And I'm not sure if this is true for everybody, but I think it is, that when you are going out and, say, investigating or looking at things or having fun, you are going in your light body. Like you can see through your body. You almost look like a ghost, and you're going around and doing things like that while you're kind of in that ghostly look. I'm starting messages, questions as we go. Now, when I go up and work, physically working on the spaceship, it is my body. It is my soul that goes. And my soul can take on the form of this body, or that soul can go take on the form of another body. And that is how I travel. And I think that's how most people travel. So there's 2 ways of traveling, and of course there's astral traveling where you're going and looking, and that's kind of the same as your light body going. But Elena, when you're going up to the spaceship and you're physically working, like when you're doing your programming on the ship, that is your soul going, and that soul could be taken on the form of another lifetime, or it could be the soul, or you could be having your own physical body from here on earth going up there and doing the work. But it is your soul that's actually doing the work, whether we have it from different lifetimes or this lifetimes. Now, I have been shown in the past that all our lifetimes are happening at the same time, that we have multiple lifetimes happening at the same time. And that could also explain why you're able to stay on Earth and work in a spaceship. Now, that's actually how, I started, is I can physically be here on Earth in 3D, and my soul, or a portion of my soul, goes up to the spaceship and works. I cannot be doing a lot of activity here on Earth while I'm doing that. So it's very common for you to be sleeping or meditating when that happens. So that's how like a piece of your soul goes and takes on another form and works on a spaceship. I hope, Elena, that answers your question. I might might have been dancing around a lot, but that's kind of my understanding it. And it's bilocate is it is called. Pauline, yeah, you can bilocate, but I tell you, one time I was on the spaceship, and they were asking me. So my 3D body was here, my soul had gone up to the spaceship to work. Then they asked me to astral travel to another spaceship to look at what's going on. So we can do more than just bilocate. We can do lots more. I think we're just hitting the tip of the iceberg of all the things that we're capable of doing. Stacey, you're saying, let's see, yes, lots of me, and you'd add them to join you in getting light for your adventures. Okay. But yeah, it is. I'm hoping that helps explain a little bit about that. And that is my understanding. And my understanding comes from me actually doing those things. And it's very, I'm used to it, and I know what's happening. I know what it feels like, but it's sometimes a little more difficult to explain. Pauline, you're saying we have 12 source energies. That could be. I don't know much about that. As I said, you can do 12 separations, Pauline. Yeah, I don't know anything about that. All I can go by is my own experience, and that's how I experience it. Now, if somebody else has a different way of experiencing it and can explain it better than I did, I would really appreciate you putting that in the chat. Okay. All right, Jill. Hi. If some of us are leaving at night and working somewhere, will we ever get to the point where we will remember details of the off-world jobs and people? Yes. And again, Jill, that part of it is when we're moving more towards 5D, that you're going to be able to see more of what's going on. And eventually you will be seeing that. What is this here? Oh, okay. But Jill, yeah, yeah, eventually you will remember. I'm not sure when, but it is part of our progression of going into the 5D that we will be seeing a lot more things as we fade away, which Gray is saying right now. She's saying, I was so pissed when the girl at the butcher's helped everyone else, then looked through me and walked away when they were done. That's exactly. So, yes, Gray. So be probably when you got pissed, then you came down where they could see you. So, but yeah, I think that's going to be happening to us more and more. So, yeah, I think just be prepared for it. And as we move closer, we will be seeing more and more of what we're doing on the spaceship. So we'll have a more of an understanding of what's happening. And I'll have a more understanding of what's happening and hopefully be able to explain it a little better. Okay. All right. Let's see. Who's next? Looks like CJ. CJ, is there any more information on how I'll work with the med beds? How you work with the med beds? I'm not sure. I think that's got to be more more detailed question. I can't just can't blanketly go, oh, you're working with the med beds and this is what you're doing. I think you're going to we would have to get much deeper into that. Because it would I'm giving you the level of you working on the med beds. This is what you're doing. To get to the more details, sometimes it takes me more contacting you, hearing your voice, hearing some things before I can get down to the nitty gritty of exactly what you're doing. And right now, they're not letting me go to that level because, of course, I have a lot of questions to answer. So, CJ, I can't quite get that deep into exactly what you're doing with the med beds. All I can tell you is that's what you're doing. So I'm sorry. It just would take a lot more getting into that to more detailed information, and probably, at least a half an hour to an hour to really find out that information. Okay. Let's see. Who is next? All right, Suzanne, can you tell me the names of my two Palladian guides and ask them if they have a message for me? Thank you. Okay, well, let's see what we have here. I hear Joseph, one of them. Okay. Joseph. Is it Ramon? I think it's Ramon. Let me make sure. Let me ask him how he spells that. Ramon. Yes, Ramon. So Joseph and Ramon are their names, Suzanne. And the message, let me see what message they have for. Um, let me see what message they have for you. That was somebody trying to call in. I had to stop that. Suzanne, I'm hearing them say, be thorough. Be thorough. Look at the details. Let me make sure that's what they're saying. I'm not sure what you're doing, but they want you to look at the details. Susan, what are you doing? Because that's what they want you to do. They want you to look at the details. They want you to pay attention to the details. Are you taking on something new or working on a project right now? You have no clue what they mean by the details. Is there some paperwork that you're supposed to be doing? For some reason, I'm hearing taxes. I'm not sure what that's about. Your taxes. All right, they're talking about tax. I don't. This is so weird, Suzanne. Pay attention to the details on your taxes, and I'm not sure why that is, but anyway, I guess you're going to be. I think it's more like at the financial part or something financial going on, and pay attention to your taxes and look at the details. Taxes are not due to April. Well, this has to do with your taxes. I'm not sure what that is. And your taxes are simple. Maybe there's something that you're missing on these taxes, or this is doing or financial. They're wanting you to pay attention to your finances, your taxes, all those kind of things. And I'm not sure what that's all about. I don't know that I've ever had that message before, even not even for myself. But let me see if you're missing some money. Let me see if that's what they're saying. Yeah, you're missing some money. If you're getting a paycheck or if you're looking at your taxes, look at all that because you're missing some money, is what they're telling me. And so, okay, so I know that is perplexing, isn't it? Let me know what you find out because they're wanting you to pay attention to that. And I just don't know what that's all about. But look at the details and make sure everything is right. Yeah, I don't get it, but that's the message I'm getting from them. Um, and as I said, I've not ever gotten that message. Now I would get that message would come from my dad if I was going to get someone who's on the other side. Okay, let's see. Patricia, hello, Dr. Gail. Can you talk about your experiences with upgrades? What can one experience in working with reptilian beings used as guards? Thank you. I also received snake ring with Sinpic. Oh, good. Glad you got your snake ring. Yay. So you want to know about the experiences with upgrades. I'm not exactly sure what you're asking about that, Patricia, because when upgrades are coming, usually, you have the ascension symptoms and you're tired. And for me, I get nauseated when things are changing like that. And so I have ascension symptoms, and then what usually comes out of that is I have a new gift, and I think usually when you're having new gifts like that, you're probably going and getting upgraded. And I'm suspecting that you're all going up to spaceships and things like that, or med beds and things to get these upgrades. So Patricia, can you give me a little bit more on what you're asking, or if I've answered your question? I'm not sure if I'm answering your question that you're asking. Okay, you and Medical Mike, you and Medical Mike were involved with an upgrade I had over the weekend. Oh yeah, yes. So what else are you asking about that? That was a definite. Yeah, I checked on that, and it definitely happened. The only thing, Patricia, I can say that came out after I emailed you was the fact they said something about seeds. I'm not sure what you're eating because it was your intestines that we were working on, and I knew it was something to do with your diet, and I knew there was like a blood sugar or something problem, and they were wanting you to have think of peanut butter, but there was something to do with seeds too. And I don't know if you eat a lot of seeds or there was something, a batch of seeds that might have been bad. I'm not real sure about that, but that's what came up later was seeds. Can you tell me more about that? Or do you know anything about that? Do you eat a lot of seeds, Patricia? You can use chia seeds to make my sugar-free jam. Okay, let me see if it's that. If that's that. Is it her chia seeds? Yes, it is. Does she have a bad batch of it? You have a bad batch of those seeds. Is what it is, Patricia. And so you need to get rid of those. Apparently, that is the issue. And I knew, and I thought that was strange that they pinpointed seeds because you never think about seeds can be bad. But anyway, that's what it is. That was the next message I got is look at your seeds, get rid of those seeds that you have now, and get a new batch of them. Okay. I have starred now like 23 questions. And I won't be able to get to all of it, everybody. So you know how I start off. I start off in order, being good, and then I go out, get all out of place, trying to read and read the questions and start the questions. So if I miss you, it is not on purpose. It's just how it's happening, how organized I am in the beginning, and then how I fall apart in the middle. Patricia, oh, will do. I haven't had much of a challenge with digestion yet. I kind was wondering about the chia seeds. Yeah. Well, now you've got the answer about those seeds now. And I think it's a lesson for all of us. I think we just need, and I've gotten this here more recently, more and more about even when we're talking about organic foods and things like that. It might not be, that we're needing to really pay attention to some of those things and maybe do some muscle testing or using your pendulum on these things. But they're saying some of the organic foods they're saying it's not as pure as we think it is, and we're really needing to be aware of that also. And I think that's the lesson with the seeds that I would never guess to look at the seeds that would have been a problem. But anyway, we now know, so we can start checking it out. Okay, let's see. It's Debbie, Three Shifting Veils. May I have a reading on a past life about a place where fae-like beings were at war with giants? Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine that. That has got to be, that is some kind of visual, them being at war with the giants. I'm not real sure, Debbie, what, I'm not sure what kind of thing that you're asking about that, a past life reading. I would need, I'm not sure how to even break that down to ask the kind of question, but we need to break that down to a more specific question. It was weird. I'm sure it was weird. What exactly are you wanting to know about that past life? Are you wanting to know, did it happen, or were you participating? Did you see yourself participating, or are you just watching? Hey, Leah, how are you doing? So, Debbie, were you participating? Did you see yourself? What dimension was that? Okay. Well, we know it's not in third dimension. So are you wanting specifically what dimension? Like is it in fifth dimension, sixth? I mean, you wanted that kind of detail? I'm hearing sixth. Oh, you were captured and sent to Earth. Okay. Well, they're telling me it was sixth dimension that was in, and that and were you captured and sent to Earth? You're right. You were captured and sent to Earth. Uh, were they sending prisoners to Earth from there? Yeah, they were sending their prisoners that they were capturing to Earth. Now, were you the Fae or were you the giant? That'd be a good question. Let me see. What do you remember you being? Was she the Fae? I'm getting the Fae. You're the Fae. What did you see yourself as? I can't imagine flying around those giants. But you're the Fae. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. So anyway, that is extremely interesting. I hope you're writing all this down because as I said, all my adventures I've tried to write down and I go back now 5 years ago, 4 years ago, and I'm going, oh, I'm glad I wrote that down. I'd have never remembered it. And you're thinking at that time you'll never forget it, but you do. So be sure to write those things down. Okay, let's see. Who's next here? All right, here's Diane G. Dr. Gill, may I know why I was given a combat personal ship? I used to have a medical one, but was given another one. Thank you. Well, Diane, I go back and forth on being combat or medical, or actually, I wouldn't say combat necessarily. I have in the past, but most of the time of mine now, whenever I was doing that, I was going on rescue missions, and I was needing a combat ship for that. But let me see, are you in the? Well, you're in the military now, and they're saying military training. Military training is going to advance her further. Military training is going to advance her further in the future with her medical knowledge. Okay, well, there we go. That's what I'm getting. That this is kind of a stepping stone for you, Diane, and that this is something that they're almost like showing me that it's like a college education. Like this is a course you have to take to go to the next level. So, so are you having a personal combat ship? That's something that you have to learn how to do. You're having to learn how to actually maneuver that ship is what they're showing me versus what combat looks like. Wow. That is interesting. So, okay. All right, let's see who's next. All right, Teresa, greetings. I have a follow-up question. Do I have ET guides? Have I been abducted more than once? Okay, let's see. I'm going to start off with, have you been abducted? Now, we're taking the term abducted out of our language now because we've all agreed to do these things. So let me see if you've been going up to a spaceship. Yes, you have been going up to a spaceship. And it's a lot more than once. You've been going up a lot. And most of us have made agreements to do these things with them. And sometimes when we're waking up or we're in the ship, we're not remembering. But eventually we will. And do you have ET guides? Yes, you do. You're really working with it looks like to me you're working with the Lyrans. Teresa, I think you're working with the Lyrans. You're not being abducted. Whoops, didn't know the terminology. But that's okay, Teresa, because, whenever I'm using aliens, I use the word aliens because people are familiar with that. Abduction, I don't use that because people are familiar with that. But as we kind of grow with this group here together, we're kind of moving away from some of that terminology because we really didn't get abducted. We actually agreed to these things and that we're actually working with them. So you're working with the Lyrans and you have Well, back, it's probably a year and a half ago that every one of us have a Lyran guide now that's coming up to help all the light workers. And you have a Lyran guide, but you're actually working with the Lyrans. Um, so you have a Lyran guide, plus you're working with them. It looks like he is actually, he's telling me he's your escort. Leah, meow. It looks like to me he's your escort, is what he's telling me. Um, and he's saying his name is Lawson, Lawson, Lawson. So there you go, Teresa. Now you have other ones, but he's the one that's stepping forward now because he's saying he's your escort. So he's the only one who's being seen right now, but you have other ones. And so, anyway, everything seems good. The Lyrans are great. So you're going up and working with them. So there you go. All right, let's see who's next. Heavily blessed honey. Do the Galactics have any messages about the work I'm doing and how I'm doing? Hope I'm helping still. About the work again, that's kind of a vague way of asking. I'm gonna have to break this down. I'm gonna see if they have any messages for you, but I'm sure you're still working with them. Are you still working with the yeah, you're still working with them, and you're definitely helping. But what was it? Did they have a message for me? Okay. All of a sudden, I heard them say, hold on, look around you, look what you're doing." I'm not sure what that's all about. Hold on, look around at what you're doing. Um, so, are you? It almost looks like to me they're wanting you to stop and take a break. Look around at what you're doing. Because they're kind of showing me a little bit of chaos. What is going on with you? Hey, White Dragon. So what's going on with you, that they're showing me that you got a little chaos, and how they're showing me, I hope they're not going to do this to me. They're showing me that your house is messy, but it's not like your physical house. It's like your inside house, like inside your body, inside your mind, that is a little messy and it needs clearing out. And it's not okay. And next thing they're showing me is start writing down a list of things that's important to get it out of your mind, and list what's important. So you can, if you get it on paper, then you can let go of it from your mind. Just what they're showing me. So what is going on, Heavenly Blessed Honey? You got a lot of stuff going on, that you're just kind of all over the place and can't quite get it under control. So anyway, it looks like to me that's the way they're telling you to do it. Start writing it down. So once you write it down, it'll look smaller than what it is actually going on in your head. You hear, Heavenly Blessed Honey? Let me know what's going on. Curious what's going on with you. Okay, let's see what we have next. Oh, yes, you are. Okay. Okay. Well, good. Okay. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Hopefully you'll start writing that down and getting some of those things out of your mind. Okay. Let's see who's next. Okay. Rossi. Oh, Gray. Um, could you help me with the star people who may be close to me? It feels the others are further away. So the star friends. I'm not real sure, Gray, what you're asking. Um, are, can you clarify what you're actually asking? Are you asking if you have star people? Or I'm not real sure, Gray, what you're asking. Can you kind of clarify that question for me? I'm not sure if you're asking if they're around or not around, or who they are, or I'm not real sure what you're asking there. So, hey, Leslie, thanks for joining us today. Um, oh, having let's say you're feeling a bit confused on what to do. Well, write it down. That's what they're telling me. If you write it down and look at it, it won't be as bad, heavenly blessed, honey. That because you'll get it out of your mind instead of like going to bed and it all jumbling up in your mind because you're thinking about all these things. Is to write it down, and when you write it down, it will look smaller than it actually is. So just go through that. Just the job of just writing it down. Everything that's popping in your head that's making you question or what you're doing, just write it down and then take a look at it later on after you start writing everything down. Okay. Gray, can you clarify exactly what you're asking? Can you write it kind of a different way? You're welcome. Heavenly blessed, honey. Okay, Pauline. Um, Let's see, Diane, know and experienced a battleship decades ago, but chose less violent, making aware of timelines that special forces of various countries. For me, was Viking, chose fun jobs to not only battle. Oh, you're telling her what to do. Well, thanks, Pauline, for helping her there. That's great. Thank you. Okay, Lauren, what are you talking about here? I am sure the oarfish are galactic. Two showed up recently in the Canary Island and Baja, and they truly warning humans of upcoming earthquakes. Okay. Well, I'm trying to see if there's a question there, Lauren. Oh, there's a question. There's a question mark at the end. I'm sure the oarfish are galactic. Two showed up recently in the Canary Islands and Baja. Are they truly warning humans of upcoming earthquakes? Well, that's a good question. Let's see. Are they truly? I'm hearing not necessarily, but that is part of it. Um, are they warning of other? They're giving warnings of other things too, Lauren. It is a warning. They're showing up, and it is a warning. Um, are there volcanoes there? You're talking upcoming earthquakes. I'm getting volcano. They're warning of a volcano. Are there volcanoes there? I don't know the demographics of that area. But yeah, I'm getting volcano, and they're showing me an underwater volcano that's going to cause a tsunami. And I'm getting a big yes on that. Oh, Grace, sorry, Dr. Gail, struggling with the eyes today. Could I just get a general read, please? Okay, that's okay. We all have those days. Um, so, so anyway, you got Stacey. You got volcanoes too. Yeah, I'm getting an underwater volcano, and it's almost like it's going to hit. Be a surprise because it's going to happen, and then there's a tsunami, and it's just going to catch everybody off guard. So there is a warning. Okay, Gray. Struggling to say, could I just have a general read, please? Okay, let's see what we can do. A general read. What I'm going to say to you. I'm hearing hardly a day goes by without blessing your situation. Hardly a day goes by without blessing your situation. It looks like to me what they're wanting you to do, Gray, is start. I'm not sure if you're doing a gratitude list or gratitude, but they're wanting you, and this is probably the easiest way to increase your vibration is doing writing down and not just thinking it, actually physically writing it down, your gratitude on things in your life. And it can be as simple as you have a bed, you have a roof, you have food, but that's what I'm hearing, Gray, is they're wanting you to actually incorporate that in your daily life. I'm not sure if you're doing that or not, that you can start writing down every day, the gratitude of the things that are in your life. And you only have to do like 3 to 5 and just start making a habit, because that will increase your vibration. But that's what I'm getting, Gray. Gray, you're saying, I'm thinking they can meet with me more in nature. I think it's easier in nature because I think things kind of go out of our brain and it allows them to come in to talk to us or give us information. I think that's a lot of what nature does for us, especially if you're walking and you're hearing your footprints. It's almost like a drumming. I think that makes it, easier for them to come in. Okay. All right, Lauren. So, okay. Yeah, I'm concerned about that, Lauren, that vision that I'm seeing about that volcano under the water that's going to go off and cause a tsunami. Yeah, and, it's standing like Annie Bear, yet nature is a holy place. Okay. All right, let's see what's next. Okay, RLC, what you have here? Thanks to you, Dr. Gail, I allowed a reptilian with huge jewels on his chest to communicate with me. He protects me. I used to be afraid, not anymore. Great. Yay, RLC. That's great. Yeah, it is hard. The first time I met a reptilian, it was even hard for me to look at him. But then I finally started feeling his energy. And then I finally looked into his eyes and saw how warm and gentle he was. And so then, my fear of the reptilians decreased. Now, I'm still very wary of the draconians. It's going to take a lot for me to drop my guard with them, because I've dealt with them a lot on a negative level. So it will take a lot. And I know there's some good ones, but that's another hurdle that I have to go through. Hitting this, you heard Atlantis may be rising. Oh, that'd be great. Now, I went to Atlantis, and Atlantis was off the Fiji Islands. And I'm not sure where everybody says they are, but I remember going in there, and it's still there. It's just that it's in a different vibrational level and you can't see it. And I remember it was made all of different dimensions of water. So, all right, let's see. What's the next? This is going to be my last question. Let me see if I can find it. And I'm sorry if I didn't get to everybody, because I already have 24 starred and I just can't get to all of them. Let's see. It looks like Linda has a question here. Do I have an implant? And if I do, is it in my nose? Well, Linda, let's see. Has everybody been watching the show on Netflix, Resident Alien or Alien Resident? I'm not sure which it is, but it has so much right on information. But right now they're talking about implants or showing implants, but they're making it a little scary right now. But it is funny, it's humorous, and it's a great show. That whenever Linda, you're asking about the implant, all I could think of was, oh, Stacey, you don't have TV. You probably, well, I get watch Netflix sometimes on my phone. So Resident Alien, Linda's so funny. It is so funny. It is hilarious. So let's see, Linda, do you have an implant? Yes, you do. Is it in your nose? Yes, it is. It's not the only one that you have. Looks like to me you have one in your right arm, right upper arm also. And there's another one in your lower left abdomen. Okay, let me just check. Don't freak out, Linda. Okay, let me see if these are good implants. Yes, and the one in your nose is the only one that's active. That the other ones have been there for years and have just been replaced, and this one is the one that's functioning. And the connection with it is good. This is a direct way of downloading the information to you. But yeah, Clayton, you love Resident Alien. I know I was talking to Danny about that here the other day. I love his alien girlfriend, avian your girlfriend. That's what I was going to talk about, was the blue avians, because of her today, until they started wanting me to talk about the 3D, 5D separation. But yeah, that is that. If anybody has seen that show, or it's a series, and I think there's three seasons of it. And right now, it it starts off with being a little scary. You're thinking, "Oh gosh, where does this go?" And then it turns out, "Oh gosh, it's so funny." Leah, you're a blue avian, yeah. And blue avians are actually the higher end of the avians. So that's what the blue ones are. But anyway, I'm sorry, everybody. I didn't get to all the questions today. We'll be able to get to some more later. And thanks, moderators, for making this a safe place to be and be able to discuss all this information. And anyway, everybody, I'll do another show on Saturday, and I'm going to do another colors therapy show on Saturday. So that'll be at 12 o'clock Eastern Time, 9 o'clock Pacific Time. And we will all see you on Saturday. All right. Thanks, everybody. All right. Bye bye.